All right, so today we're going to be looking at some pretty interesting information
Okay.
about Asteroid 2024 YR4 and planetary defense strategies.
All right.
You might remember 2024 YR4.
Uh-huh.
It's the asteroid that put everyone on edge when it was first discovered
Right.
back in December 2024.
Yeah, 2024 YR4 definitely caught the attention of the global community.
Yeah,
It was initially flagged as a potential risk
right.
for a 2032 impact,
Oh, wow.
and those early projections were
Yeah.
certainly cause for concern.
So this report in Thai really digs into the details here.
Okay,
Can you walk me through what made those initial findings so alarming?
sure. So the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System,
Okay.
or ATLAS,
Right.
in Chile, first detected 2024 YR4 on December 27, 2024.
Okay.
Their preliminary calculations showed a 1.2% chance
Okay.
of the asteroid hitting Earth.
Hmm.
Now, that may seem like a small percentage, but in the realm of planetary defense,
Right.
that's actually a significant red flag.
Yeah.
And as they gathered more data,
Uh-huh.
the probability actually jumped to 3.1%,
Wow.
marking one of the highest levels of concern we've seen historically.
So a real nail biter.
Yeah.
But you mentioned more data came in.
Right.
What happened as scientists learned more about 2024 YR4's trajectory?
So that's where things get interesting.
Okay.
As of February 2025,
Okay.
NASA has revised the impact probability down to 0.28%,
Wow.
while the European Space Agency estimates a slightly higher 1.38%.
Hmm.
This fluctuation highlights how crucial continued observation is.
Right.
Those early observations are based on limited data points,
Yeah.
which is why the margins of error are wider.
That makes sense.
As we collect more data on the asteroid's path
Yeah.
and factor in things like gravitational influences from other celestial bodies,
Okay.
we can refine our predictions and get a clearer picture of the actual risk.
So the more we learn, the better we can understand the potential threat.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk a bit about 2024 YR4 itself?
Sure.
What do we know about this asteroid's characteristics?
Current estimates suggest 2024 YR4 is between 40 and 90 meters in diameter.
Okay.
So think about the size of a football field.
Wow.
It's categorized as a stony S-type asteroid,
Okay.
which is one of the most common types found in our solar system.
Okay, so not exactly a planet killer, but definitely not something you'd want landing in your backyard either.
Precisely. What makes it potentially hazardous
Yeah.
is that it's classified as an Apollo-type near-Earth object.
Okay.
This means its orbit crosses Earth's orbit,
Uh-huh.
putting it on a path that could potentially intersect with ours.
Right.
In fact, 2024 YR4 has a history of close approaches to Earth,
Hmm.
and we're expecting another one around December 17, 2028.
Wow.
That'll be a critical window for scientists to gather more data
Okay.
and refine its trajectory even further.
So this close encounter in 2028 will be a valuable opportunity for scientists to study 2024 YR4 more closely.
Absolutely.
This brings up a critical question.
Okay,
What would happen if this asteroid actually did collide with Earth?
if we're talking worst-case scenario,
Yeah.
direct impact,
Right?
an asteroid this size could release energy equivalent to several megatons of TNT.
Wow.
To put that into perspective, that's enough to cause regional devastation.
Okay.
It could potentially wipe out a city or cause widespread damage across a large area.
That paints quite a vivid and
Yeah.
concerning picture.
Right.
Are there any historical events we can look to that might help us understand the potential impact of an asteroid like 2024 YR4?
There's one event that's eerily similar to what we're discussing.
Okay.
Back in 1908, an event known as the Tunguska event occurred in Siberia.
Uh-huh.
A similarly sized object,
Okay.
probably a stony asteroid or a comet fragment,
Okay.
exploded in the atmosphere.
Right.
The blast flattened trees over an area of over 800 square miles.
800 square miles.
Exactly.
That's absolutely massive.
The Tunguska event serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power
Yeah.
these seemingly small celestial objects can possess.
Right.
And that's precisely why the concept of planetary defense has become so crucial.
Right. So knowing about the potential threat, what are we actually doing to protect ourselves?
Right.
What kind of strategies are being developed and tested to defend against these asteroids?
There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to planetary defense.
Right.
But there are some very promising strategies
Okay.
that scientists and engineers are working on.
Okay.
One approach that's gained a lot of attention is using kinetic impactors.
Kinetic impactors? I've heard about those, like NASA's DART mission, right?
You got it.
Okay.
The DART mission was a huge success.
Right.
They intentionally crashed a spacecraft into an asteroid called Dimorphos,
Uh-huh.
and it actually changed the asteroid's orbital path.
Wow.
It's like a cosmic game of billiards,
Yeah.
where we're trying to nudge a potentially dangerous asteroid away from Earth.
That's incredible. So we have proof that kinetic impactors can work.
Yeah,
What about other options?
right.
I've heard about the possibility of using nuclear devices.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that?
Nuclear devices are definitely on the table,
Okay,
but they're a much more complex proposition
right.
with significant technical and political considerations.
Yeah,
The idea is to either deflect the asteroid with a nuclear blast
okay.
or, in a more extreme scenario,
Uh-huh.
break it up into smaller, less threatening fragments.
But wouldn't detonating a nuclear weapon in space
Right.
create a bunch of smaller radioactive asteroids?
That's a valid concern,
Yeah,
and it's one of the many factors that makes this approach so controversial.
okay.
First, you need a device powerful enough to significantly alter the asteroid's trajectory or break it apart effectively.
Hmm,
And second, using nuclear weapons in space would require international consensus
right.
because the consequences of such an action would have global implications.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's not a simple decision. It sounds like it involves a lot of careful planning and coordination.
Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned international consensus as a key factor.
Uh-huh.
What role do organizations like the International Asteroid Warning Network and the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group play in all this?
You're absolutely right. These international organizations are essential
Yeah.
for coordinating a global response to any potential asteroid threats.
Okay.
The International Asteroid Warning Network, or ION,
Right.
acts as a global early warning system.
Mm-hmm.
They bring together astronomers and observatories worldwide
Okay.
to share data and observations
Okay.
about potentially hazardous asteroids like 2024 YR4.
So they're the ones who initially raise the flag and say,
Exactly.
hey, we need to keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, they're constantly scanning the skies,
Right.
analyzing data,
Right.
and assessing potential risks.
Okay.
Then, if a potential threat is identified,
Right.
the Space Mission Planning Advisory Group,
Okay.
or SPAG,
MPEG.
comes into play.
What does SPEG do?
Think of them as the strategic planning team. They're composed of representatives from various space agencies around the world,
Okay.
and they get together to discuss and plan potential missions to deal with an incoming asteroid.
Right.
If we ever need to launch a real-life DART mission
Yeah.
to deflect an asteroid,
Mm-hmm.
SPAG is the group that would coordinate the entire operation.
So they handle everything
Yeah.
from the technical aspects of designing and building a spacecraft
Right.
to the logistics of launching it and
Mhm.
coordinating the mission on an international scale.
It's a truly collaborative effort.
That's impressive.
It highlights the global nature of the threat
Right.
and the importance of working together to protect our planet.
It's almost like a real-life science fiction movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
The world coming together to face a common enemy from out of space.
it definitely has that element of excitement and urgency to it.
Yeah.
But it's also a testament to our collective ingenuity
Hmm.
and our growing understanding of the cosmos.
Right.
We're not just passively observing the universe anymore.
Right.
We're taking an active role in shaping our destiny in space.
And it sounds like 2024 YR4 has played a significant role in pushing us toward this new era of planetary defense.
Absolutely.
Even if this particular asteroid doesn't pose an immediate threat,
Yeah.
it served as a wake-up call,
Right.
reminding us that these risks are real and we need to be prepared.
I completely agree. It's prompted a lot of discussion
Yeah.
and spurred advancements in our ability to detect,
Right.
track, and potentially deflect asteroids.
Okay.
It's also highlighted the critical need for ongoing research and international collaboration.
What kind of research is being done right now that you find particularly interesting or promising?
There are several areas of research that are crucial for enhancing our planetary defense capabilities.
Okay.
One is improving our ability to detect and track asteroids,
Okay.
especially those that might be difficult to spot with current technology.
Right.
Another is developing and testing a wider range of deflection techniques.
Okay.
Kinetic impactors like DART have shown great promise,
Uh-huh.
but we need to explore other options as well,
Yeah.
including nuclear devices,
Right.
gravity tractors,
Okay.
and even laser ablation.
Laser ablation.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a real concept being studied.
Really.
The idea is to use a powerful laser to vaporize a small amount of material on the surface of an asteroid,
Uh-huh.
creating a jet of vapor that could act as a thruster,
Okay.
slowly nudging the asteroid off course.
It seems like there's so much we're still learning about asteroids and how to deal with them.
Absolutely. This is a rapidly evolving field.
Yeah.
Every new discovery,
Uh-huh.
every mission, every simulation brings us closer to a more comprehensive understanding of the threats we face
Right.
and how to mitigate them.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how science and technology are being applied to tackle these cosmic challenges.
Absolutely.
Thinking back to where we started,
Yeah.
it's incredible how much our understanding of 2024 YR4
Right.
has evolved in just a few short months.
It really speaks to the dynamic nature of scientific discovery.
Right.
We began with a high-impact probability,
Uh-huh.
but as we gathered more data and refined our models,
Right.
the risk level significantly decreased.
Okay.
It's a great example of why continuous monitoring and research are so important.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive has really highlighted how much is happening behind the scenes to safeguard our planet,
Yeah,
from global early warning systems like IOWN
right,
to collaborative mission planning through SMHAG.
right.
It's reassuring to know that there are dedicated experts and organizations working on this.
It's a testament to human ingenuity and international cooperation.
Right.
We're facing a global challenge that transcends borders,
Uh-huh.
and the response has been truly collaborative.
So what do you think are the biggest takeaways for our listeners from this exploration of 2024 YR4 and planetary defense?
I think the most important message is that while the threat from asteroids is real,
Right.
we're not helpless.
Yeah.
We have the knowledge, the technology, and the international frameworks in place to address these challenges.
Right.
It's a call to action for everyone to stay informed,
Right.
support scientific research, and engage in conversations about how we can best protect our planet.
It's also a reminder to appreciate the fragility of our home in the vastness of space.
Absolutely.
This deep dive has really underscored how important it is to be good stewards of our planet,
Right.
not just for ourselves,
Yeah.
but for all future generations.
Well said. It's a shared responsibility that we all need to take seriously.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question to consider.
Okay?
If you were in charge of planetary defense,
Right.
what approach would you prioritize for addressing future asteroid threats and why?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah,
It really gets at the heart of the complex decisions
right.
and ethical considerations involved in protecting our planet from cosmic threats.
It's a challenge that calls for both scientific innovation and global collaboration.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of asteroids and planetary defense.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, stay curious and keep looking up.